ECT destroys lives. I repeat, ECT destroys lives. It erases precious memories. It obliterates years of education, ends careers, and cripples one's ability to learn and adapt, effectively trapping survivors in dependence and poverty. ECT severs emotional connection and extinguishes a person's ability to feel and connect with others. Those who inflict this monstrosity on hurting, desperate people deny any harm caused. Doctors may even blame their patient for their newfound struggles, say their memory lapses and impaired cognition are the product of their mental illness, not the electrically induced closed head injury delivered by their hands. Or the doctor may malign their patient's character. Survivors often have little mental capacity to figure out what happened to them or what course of action to take before the statute of limitations runs out or their medical files are destroyed. And they may also lack the funds needed for legal recourse due to their inability to work. If survivors do make it to court, the deck is unevenly stacked in favor of the doctors. Neurologist and electroshock critic John Friedberg once said, "Shock doctors pay 3 to 4 times as much for malpractice insurance as other psychiatrists, and would probably be paying even more if psychotics could win lawsuits." So, it's the word of a mental patient against a doctor, a person whose title alone commands unquestioning trust and respect from society. It's true some people feel helped by the short-lived euphoria caused by injuring the brain. However, this doesn't change the fact that all patients are lied to about the risks. Patients are told modified ECT is safer and requires less electricity when in fact it requires more. Or that the risk of death from ECT has been grossly underestimated. Or the fact that doctors claim no studies exist that demonstrate ECT causes brain damage, when in fact numerous, thoroughly conducted animal studies have consistently shown brain damage. Or studies like the one conducted by Irving Janis, which showed permanent memory loss. It doesn't change the fact that patients are never offered follow-up cognitive testing or rehab. It doesn't change the fact that some patients are still coerced, bullied, and forced to receive ECT against their will by doctor or court order. The claim that shock saves lives is far from scientific. It's faith-based. The studies doctors cite to back up this claim have little or no patient follow-up. Other studies have showed ECT no better than other treatments or placebo. On the flip side, patients have been known to commit suicide because of ECT's damaging effects. Countless others struggle daily with hopelessness and despair over their lost memories, career, autonomy, relationships, and newfound isolation. This distress is further worsened by their doctor's denial of their suffering and the barrier it creates to necessary rehabilitative services survivors desperately need to rebuild their lives. Saying shock saved so-and-so's life doesn't change these truths. Lives are destroyed by shock. People harmed by shock are not some rare, obscure statistic. They're people with names, feelings, dreams, friends, families. People just like you. People whose injuries deserve recognition, not to be casually disregarded and swept under the rug of "it helps some." My name is Jane, and starting at age 17, I received 42 electrically induced convulsions over a span of about 5 years for my treatment-resistant depression. Today, at age 32, I have ECT-induced dementia, which wasn't diagnosed till almost 10 years later because my doctors refused to believe I had brain damage. I was repeatedly told that ECT doesn't do that. My new hidden disability and denial of its existence made me suicidal for years. Over a decade had passed by the time I figured out what happened to me. By then, my medical records had been destroyed. Even if I still had them, it made no difference. I have no money to pay a lawyer, and I don't have before testing to show the change in my cognition. Because of my brain damage, I can't go to school and will probably never be able to work full-time. Even the most basic tasks are a struggle for me now, and I often need help from friends and family. Starting and maintaining social relationships is a nightmare. ECT destroyed my life. For nothing. As it turns out, my treatment-resistant depression was actually treatable. Unfortunately, my story isn't rare or unique. For decades, countless others have been told the same lies about ECT safety and have suffered and continue to suffer the same devastating losses, permanent disability, and doctor denial. So before you jump on the bandwagon of "it helps some," do a little research. Questioning common wisdom benefits everyone, including the people who feel they were helped. This video is dedicated to a fellow survivor who was always there for everyone else. We will never stop being there for you.